Good morning, students. As you know, beta, that we are continuing our chapter International Business. So the next topic which we will understand today is scope of international business. Today we will see that what all are included in international business. As we know that international trade and international business both are two different terms. In fact, international business includes international trade in it. So therefore we would like to know that other than the export and imports of goods and services, that is international trade, what all are included in international business. So the first one is merchandise exports and imports. So beta, merchandise is a term which means goods. Goods is a very common term which you have heard so many times in your business studies and accounts. Goods are tangible things which can be seen and which can be touched. So I just told you that international business includes in itself international trade. It means export and imports of goods and services. So this is the export and import of goods that we are talking about. So look at the explanation. Merchandise means goods that are tangible, that is, those can be seen and touched. When viewed from this perspective, it is clear that while merchandise exports means sending tangible goods abroad, it means export, and mercantile import means bringing tangible goods from a foreign country to one's own country. Mercantile exports and imports, also known as trade in goods, include only tangible goods and exclude trade in services. Right, beta? So we have clearly given this term merchandise. It means only goods, not services. The next one is services, service exports and imports. So this is included in international business and international trade. Both these points are included in both the terms. So look at the second one, service exports and imports. Service exports and imports involve trade in intangibles. Intangible is the opposite of tangible, where tangible means that can be seen and touched. Intangible means that cannot be seen and touched. It is because of the intangible aspects of services that trade in services is also known as invisible trade. So beta, because we cannot see services, that is why this is also called invisible trade, that cannot be seen. A wide variety of services are, beta, this is the chart given to you, which is showing the major differences between domestic and international business. This we have already discussed in the previous video. You can read it thoroughly. So traded internationally, and these include tourism and travel, boarding and loading, hotel and restaurants, entertainment and recreation, transportation, professional services such as training, recruitment, consultancy and research, communication like postal, telephone, fax, courier and other, audiovisual services, construction and engineering, marketing, wholesaling, retailing, advertising, marketing, research and warehousing, educational and financial services such as banking and insurance. So these are so many kinds of services which are internationally traded. Of these, tourism, transportation and business services are major constituents of world trade in services. So beta, these are the common services. In fact, we can say you can notice in your own country such type of services like communication, transport, fax, postal, wholesaling, retailing. Services, in services beta, goods are not produced, right? Goods are not produced anywhere. Like if you go to a bank, then you will be given various kind of services by the bank in which you are going, but bank is not providing you any kind of physical goods or tangible goods, like, so these are called services. So services are also traded internationally. Then the third one is licensing and franchising. Licensing is a common word you must have heard so many times. So licensing and franchising are also internationally traded. Look at the explanation, that permitting another party in a foreign country to produce and sell goods under your trademark, patent or copyright in lieu of some fees is another way of entering into international business, right? So licensing means that you are allowing any second party to produce the same goods that you are producing under your trademark. and you are charging some fees from him or her. That is called with a licensing. It means you are giving them permission that you can make the same product with the same name, same label which you are producing, but you will charge a certain kind of fees from them. This is called licensing. It is under the licensing system that Pepsi and Coca-Cola are produced and sold all over the world by local bottlers in foreign countries. Right? So this is the most common example that Pepsi and Coca-Cola companies are foreign companies, and they are allowing India also to make to produce these two soft drinks and provide to all the customers in their name. Franchising is similar to licensing, but it is a term used in connection with the provision of services. Like McDonald's, for instance, operate fast food restaurants all over the world over through its franchising system. Right, so McDonald, you many of you have must visited McDonald. In that, you are given various kind of fast food services. Right, so McDonald is a foreign company, and it has given permission to so many countries that they can open restaurants with the name of McDonald and provide fast food services. Other than that, you have heard, Bachpan, a play school, is also a franchisee given to so many schools. They can open any school by the name of Bachpan, a play school, and they can run that school. Right. The next one is foreign investment. Foreign investment is another important form of international business. Foreign investment involves investment of funds abroad in exchange for financial return. Foreign investment can be of two types: direct and portfolio investment. So, beta, if we are investing abroad, or we are investing other than our domestic territory, then it is called foreign investment. If you are investing in China or Australia or America, then this is called foreign investment. Foreign investment is broadly divided into two parts. Right, first one is direct investment and the second is portfolio investment. So direct investment takes place when a company directly invests in properties such as plant and machinery in foreign countries with a view to undertaking production and marketing and goods and services in those countries. Direct investment provides the investor a controlling interest in the foreign company. This is otherwise known as foreign direct investment, that is FDI. So beta, this is a very important term that you will see in your further studies so many times, that you will face so many times in your further studies. FDI, foreign direct investment. So this is a investment, this is a type of investment when you are purchasing certain kinds of fixed assets in another country or foreign country, then it is called foreign direct investment. And as such, you are making investment in huge amount, so you are very much conscious about its control also. So FDI give you control on the assets. Right, so when investment in production and marketing facilities are made by jointly with one or more foreign parties, such an operation is known as joint venture. And if you are jointly making investment, that is called a joint venture. That is that this term you must know also. A company, if it so desires, can also set up a wholly owned subsidiary abroad by making 100% investment in foreign ventures and thus acquiring full control over subsidiary operations in the foreign market. And if you are not interested in making partnership, then you can purchase a whole business in a foreign country and you can operate the full business in a foreign country. Next one is portfolio investment. A portfolio investment, on the other hand, is an investment that a company makes into another company by the way of acquiring shares or providing loans to the latter, and earns income by the way of dividend or interest on loans. Right. So in a portfolio investment, you are not purchasing any kind of fixed assets, but you are giving your money in the form of loans, or you are purchasing shares and debentures on which you will get dividend and income, dividend and interest, and you will earn your income. This is called portfolio investment. Unlike foreign direct investment, the investors under portfolio investment does not get directly involved in the production and marketing operations. It simply earns an income by investing in shares, bonds, bills, or notes in a foreign country, or providing loans to the foreign business firms. Right. So in portfolio investment, you are not given any control right, as it is given in foreign direct investment, but you are earning your income as such continuously by portfolio investment. So these were the beta various various sources in the form of which we are conducting international business.